everybody? It's your number one around the way girl, Phoenix Fire, and you are live with us now on an exclusive collaboration with Woke One and Straight No Chaser. We got New England's own hottest female DJ in the house, DJ T. LAWSON. Nobody move, nobody get hurt.
Lights down. Phoenix Fire. Straight No Chaser. Straight No Chaser. After hours, turn me up. Let it take ya. Feel the power. Phoenix Fire got you tangled in this sound. You don't need to go out. I'ma take you down. Straight No Chaser. After hours, slow and steady, let the minutes stretch for hours. From the first low note till your guard falls down. You're the only one I'm talking to now. Soft laugh when you type my name. You in shorts and his old.
Oh, I'm sorry. These are playing back. Big Tigger holding it down. You know how I go down, latest and greatest in hip hop. Always jumping off right here. Reppin' B-Town, home of the world champion, New England Patriots. T. LAWSON for Boston. What up, man?
What's up, baby?
You alright?
Chilling.
You home?
Yeah.
Everything alright? She's got a lot popping. We're gonna find out all about her. Y'all hang out with us today. Put you up on some contests, some other information, all of that. It's hip hop. It's Rap City. We are hip hop. Y'all don't go nowhere. Yeah.
All right. So I am so happy to be here with you today. You know that,
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah, so I want to first off start off by saying thank you so much with giving me this exclusive. You know, I can't just be your number one around the way girl. I got to be the number one for real in everything I do. So, you know, with everything that you have going on, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to interview you first.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
No, anytime. So, all right, let's chat. I got DJ T. LAWSON here, okay? And Kayla, put it on both of us real quick. Yeah, thank you. I am so sorry for doing that. So I got DJ T. LAWSON here, and you're not only New England's hottest female DJ, you are a mother, you are a daughter, an auntie,
yes,
a cousin.
Yes.
Okay. But you also come from a very prominent family. And I told you, you know, before we started, it hit me the other day, like, hold on. DJ T. LAWSON is a part of the LAWSON brothers, the barbershops, et cetera, et cetera. You know, everybody knew the LAWSONs.
Yes.
But who is the LAWSONs exactly? And like, how did you start off being a barber and doing what you're doing now?
Yes. Oh, wow. Great question for a lot of people who don't know. When you mention LAWSONs, automatically there's a story that's told. So the LAWSONs, talking about the barbershops, were my great uncles. They are my grandmother's brothers who came up from North Carolina back in the 60s. One decided to start a barbershop, invited his brothers to join him, and they all left from City Hospital to the barbershop. So they all was in one barbershop. And then as time went on, they became entrepreneurs where they all branched off and had their own barbershop. So that started the whole legacy from the 60s all the way up to now. It still exists. So once again, when it came to who the LAWSONs are, they were Black American men that were born in North Carolina who decided to take a chance, come to Boston and start, you know, with the entrepreneurship. And when I say I am so glad that I was able to catch it before they all left because they're no longer living. I was able to catch it. Around the 90s, I was in high school and I was getting ready for a talent show. And one of my friends who was a male in the group said, T, I need you to cut my hair. I said, I have no idea how to cut hair. I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, you're a Lawson. You know how to cut hair.
Wow.
I said, how do you figure? He put clippers in my hand. And that's how I started. I started with, so when you go with the gray, okay, all right. So when you go up, all right. So by the time I got to graduating, I told my moms I didn't want to go to college. And she said, that's fine. You know, my thing is you have to pick up some type of trade. You have to do some type of trade. And I was so heavy into music at the time and so heavy into cutting hair. I was cutting the neighborhood, all the kids in the neighborhood. People were coming to my house. I was going to their house with the one light bulb in their kitchen. They frying chicken and some more stuff, doing haircuts for $5. And so when it was time to leave high school, I went right into barber school.
Wow.
Yep, went right into barber school, right into the barber shop. And like I said, I was able to catch my uncles while they were doing, like seeing that cash on hands and hearing the stories of how you was able to buy houses from cutting hair, cash. Everything was cash.
Everything was cash.
And so that was an amazing experience. Oh, it's something I'll never forget.
You know, and that's your grandmother's?
My grandmother's brothers.
And our grandmother is still alive.
Oh, yes, she turned 95 Saturday. Yes, happy birthday
these
to
are
my
her
Nana.
brothers.
They were her brothers,
That's
yes.
amazing.
Yes, and so I worked under one of my uncles for, back then you had to work under a master for 18 months. So I worked under him for more than that because I also was doing other things. And one day I was just like, you know what? It's time for me to branch off. So that's when I opened my own barbershop and had that open for quite some time.
And what was the name of your barbershop?
Mine was called Lawson's Another Generation.
Oh, wow.
Yes, because I was another generation.
Yes.
My uncles wasn't happy about that
They
name,
wasn't.
but I'm like, I wasn't a brother. So I can't say Lawson's brothers.
Wow.
But they were so happy. My uncle, I remember my Uncle Robert saying to me, I was like, I don't know, you know, if I should go to college for general manager or the barber, you know, a barber. And he was like, you'll make way more money cutting hair than you would do managing McDonald's. And I was like, point taken.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they definitely encouraged it. They were with me the whole time, anytime I had any questions. And what I loved about them the most is that they were all humble. There's nothing bad you can say about a Lawson brother. They were gentle. They loved the community. They were so involved with the community. They loved people. So it's just like, you know, I'm just glad I was able to catch that.
And that's one thing you remember. If anything that you remember that the Lawson brothers were for the community. They didn't leave the community.
No.
They stayed right where they belonged. You had one in Mattapan,
Yes.
Dorchester,
Eggleston,
Oh, man.
Carmen Square,
Wow.
Gallivan Boulevard, Dover Station. Mine was on Blue Hill Ave, Roxbury. There was another one, Northampton, like Sharmut Ave, Erie Street. Like
Amazing.
they moved around, but they made sure they spread out. It was never where, you know, everybody's on the same block or next door to each other. Everybody was, listen, if you're not in this neighborhood, go down Mattapan,
Right.
go down Dover. That's the other side of Boston, you know? So it was dope.
I don't want to stay. I mean, that's rich history in
Yes.
itself. The Lawson
Yes.
brothers, the
Yes.
barbershops. That's rich history.
Yes.
But I don't want to stay on that because
Okay,
this is
all right.
not about the Lawson brothers. Even though you come from that lineage, you should
yes.
definitely be proud.
Oh, I am.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. Like I said, I'm glad I got a taste of it because like generations now in my family, like my own kids will never know what it was like to walk in those barbershops
Wow.
on Saturdays. And, you know, they'll just never know that feeling.
I mean, look at your face. Look at your.
That's a great feeling.
I love it. I love it. So, okay, let's move on.
Okay.
So simultaneously, while you were doing music, you was also cutting hair. But when did that love of music start? And where did it come from? Did it come from the Lawson brothers?
No, it came from the Lawson niece. So my mom, Patrice Lawson, was a singer since she was a little girl.
Okay.
So by the time she had her baby was in all the rehearsals. And so whenever she was rehearsing, I remember being there, waking up to the songs, going to sleep to the songs, and the house is music, everywhere,
Wow.
and the car is music. And so, with her singing professionally, you know, like I said, going on tour, doing different things, she had me with her. And then if I wasn't with her, I was with my grandmother. And so that's how it ties back to the barbershops, because my grandmother was bringing them plates on Saturdays. So we'd be at the barbershop.
Right.
But my mom is the reason why music is so heavy in my life, because like I said, everywhere she went was about her music and getting ready for the weekend or whatever. So I would go to sleep knowing the songs and waking up with the same song. And so I'd be over there playing with the instruments every time they paused. And so I learned how to play drums very young. I learned how to play bass very young. I learned how to play, and I played all by ear. And so one day, I was in the house and I seen Salt and Pepper. So, okay, so there's two things that used to happen. When we were little, when I say we, I used to go over to my cousin's house. She was an only child too. Her mom and dad always played music every weekend, Friday, Saturday, blasting. And then I had another aunt's house who I went to, blasting. So everywhere I went, I see how people react to music.
Right.
They absolutely loved it. It was you had to do it every weekend. And so I see them put the needle on the record, and then they had the auto arm. So when the record's over, it would start over. And you literally listen to them same songs over and over. You might have the stack where they switch out or whatever. But my mother had a record player in the house one day, and Salt and Pepper, Push It came on. I seen Spinnerella lick her hand and start, scratching on a record. And I'm like, why is she licking her hand, scratching on a record? So I went to my mother's record player and bust up there, tried it. Let's see what's happening here. And broke the needle, and had to figure that out. And that was at 12 years old. So long story short, she brought home another turntable, and she was like, girl, you better keep your hands off my stuff. I gotta rehearse. And that's where it all started.
Wow.
Every opportunity I had, I was on that turntable. And then having that turntable in the house, along with all the instruments, there go a 4-track. There go a mixing board. So all the engineering and recording came into play. So now I'm saying to my boy, who I cut his hair, I could do a better remix than you. I'm going to do the music for the talent show. And he's like, you're not going to be better than mine. So we started battling mixes. And then that's where the mixtapes came.
Unbelievable. That is, again, such rich information, because if anybody knew you or didn't know you, they're like, wow. Most people just assume somebody put you on, you DJing, you're going to, and that's it. You're going to learn, you're going to find a mentor to teach you. But once it's like really in you, that foundation plays a part with where you went.
Oh, yes.
So now you're battling your boy back and forth. Competitions, mixtapes, et cetera, et cetera. You said an 8-track.
Yeah, 8-track. Not the 8-track, the big square one that your uncles had in the car, but an 8-track as far as how many tracks that deck had. They had a 4-track, they had an 8-track, they had a 16-track. And what you would do is put a song per track. And, you might do an acapella and then have the beat come in. Then you might have another beat coming on top of that one. So you were able to do these remixes. And people are like, yo, I'm still recording off the double cassette player. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So when you got into the love of that, then who could you say helped to blossom to greater heights?
Yes. So, all right. So my mom seen the seriousness. Her drummer, Mike Reed, seen the seriousness. So he also started giving me records. My aunt seen the seriousness. She started giving me records. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, and then Skippy White is down the street.
Yes.
I got a couple of quarters or whatever. I think it was like $1.50 to get 45s back then. So when a new song come out, I go to Skippy White's. I wasn't really able to leave out the neighborhood yet, but I was able to go to Skippy White's.
And he just celebrated, I think, is he 93? 93?
It sounds about right.
Okay,
yes.
I just gave him a shout out, but Skippy been around for a while.
Oh my goodness, he is he is so talented.
Yeah,
he knows everything about music.
Everything.
I love to hear him talk about it. And so from there, it was like, like I said, all of this is in house. Now they see I'm really on this. So now by this time, I say a couple of years go by, and I was going down to Spence City where Rusty was working. So Rusty and my uncle were good friends. So I would go down Dudley and I say, Rusty, I heard something on IOD, or I heard it on RBB, or wherever I heard it, and I need that song. And he'd be like, how it go? And I would try to sing it, could barely see over the counter. And he'd be like, oh gosh. And he'd, give me records or whatever. So as time goes on, now a friend of mine's is good friends with him. And he seen how serious I was. Like, she's still doing this music thing. So he said to me one day, he said, I got something for you. And I said, what? And he said, come down to the record store and I'm going to show you. And I said, all right. I get down there. He gave me my first Technique 1200, the real one.
Wow.
So I didn't have the SL, the thin one, but I had the real, what all the DJs was using. So he said, now this is the start of your path. You got to get serious about your equipment.
So we saying Rusty invested because
yes.
You didn't have to work at Funky Fresh for that, did you?
No, I didn't have to. I didn't have to put the prices on the CDs and the mixtapes or the back then it was like the remix was white labels. So I didn't have to do none of that. We was just leaving off of 45s into 12 inches and And so I would go there. I started going there because he had everything there too and practicing. And I remember one day, Jeff 2 Times was down there. Now this is years later, so I'm kind of going back and forth, but I just have to make a point in this. I said to Jeff 2 Times, who knows how to cut and scratch real good. Chief Rock and Mod know how to cut and scratch real good. These guys are my idols. I'm watching them as I'm growing up, right?
So
I say to Jeff one time, I said, Jeff, I'm trying to figure out how you do that. I want to know how to cut and scratch like that. And he goes, you got to create your own thing. And I'm like, I don't get it. And he was like, come over here and try something. So I tried something. And he said, you got to make it yours. And I'm like, I don't get it. And then he showed me an example and I did it. And I'm like, oh, okay. Then I found out I have very fast hands. So there go my signature. And so from there, it was just from every DJ, from Chubby Chub, from Flex the Iceman, from DJ Clue, from Spinderella, from Coco Chanel, who was a female that I felt rocked like the fellas. She eat 'em up. So it was like, that was my idol.
Wow.
And I got to open for her one day, and that was like the best thing since sliced bread.
So Coco Chanel being your idol is one thing. Let's talk about your first DJ name. Because I know it wasn't DJ T. Lawson.
My first DJ name?
Yeah, do you remember?
No, I didn't have one.
You didn't?
No, I didn't have a DJ name. From being in the barbershops and people weren't able to pronounce my name, people started calling me T. So when I first started DJing, I didn't know it was like, you needed a DJ name because I just was battling my boy for the talent shows.
Okay.
So I had a rap name because I was a rapper too.
We learning something new today.
So back then, you either had ski on it or you had two E's on it. And back then, I was an artist. I was drawing since middle school real good, doing graffiti. So it all tied together.
Yes.
Music, graffiti, hip hop. That's me. That's it right there. So I had the talents and all of that. It wasn't on purpose though. And it wasn't about being male or female neither.
Right.
Like, it was just something that you enjoyed doing. And it was just like, he thought he was all that with beats. I was like, I'm going to eat him up. And then my boy Malik used to do a lot of graffiti. And so he would do our outfits. And so, I don't know, I was drawing. I've been drawing all my life. I can't even say where the drawing came from. I loved art class. And so when it was time, when I started doing mixtapes for $5, they was calling me T. Like it's, but I'm trying to think, I'm trying to think of why. I'm almost sure it's because when I was 12 years old, like I said, that's when I became a professional DJ. But that also was the year that I became a barber. So even though I didn't go to barber school, I was cutting hair, charging $5, cape, powder, aftershave, everything. You get the works, just like, a licensed barber. And so people couldn't pronounce my name. They couldn't pronounce my first name.
What is your first name?
Twanya.
Twanya. And they couldn't say Twanya.
To this day, Teresa, Tasha, Troya. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Tawanda. There's no D in my name.
Yeah.
And it used to be annoying. And so when T came into play, it simplified everything. But my first DJ name I didn't have one. But my first name was a rapper, and her name was Money.
Okay, then, Money.
Her name was Money. I used to tag that on everything. I thought I was from Beat Street, Crush Groove, and all of that. You know what I mean? I just, hip hop. I just absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And so I didn't have a name. And so I remember being in Rusty's store one day, and this was probably years later. And I said, Russ, I don't know what to call myself. He was like, well, they already calling you T, so put something with it. And I'm like, Lawson. So then the problem came in where it was like, T. Lawson could be a male. If you just see T. Lawson without knowing it's a male.
Right.
So I said, I'm going to name myself Boston's hottest female DJ, T. Lawson.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to name myself. And I remember being on Hot 97 one day, and Chubby Chub was like, Boston's hottest female DJ. You Boston's only female DJ. And I was like, no, I'm not. He was like, yes, you are. Doing what you do. You the only one.
Yeah.
Boston's only female DJ. So then I started rocking with that. And then, of course, it was offending a lot of people, but that wasn't my problem. You're not the only female DJ, but they wouldn't say it to me, but you can tell people were feeling a certain way. Once again, I'm the only female DJ in this room. I'm the only female DJ and doing what I do.
So when did the gig start? Because now you got your name.
Yep.
Now, so I'm going to assume that by the time you was in Hot 97, the gigs had already started.
Yes.
So, but when did the gigs start for you? And what did they look like? Because, your name is kind of plastered all over the place, especially with Google, because I was able to chat you. You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
At least it's in a good way. You don't want to be in a bad way.
You don't want to be in.
So I'm trying to think. Okay, first gig. You ain't going to believe this. You're not going to believe this.
Try me.
My first gig, I don't even think she remembers this. My mom sang every Friday and Saturday at Doc's. It was a local club down the South End. Very, very popular. It was like other tea clubs, Roscoe's, all these different bars that you had throughout the city. When you think about all these black-owned businesses,
they took them
and some of them
away from
weren't.
us.
I don't think Doc's was black-owned, but he loved, black people very much.
Yeah.
But my mom's was singing there, and we lived on Mass Ave at the time. And being an only child, once again, tagging along with mom when I'm with her, I was in the dressing room, and there go the turntable, sitting up on a table. And they said, her drummer, he always clown around. He was like, let Twan, because he called me Twan, let Twan play some music for the people on our intermission. My mom was like, boy, she was supposed to be back here.
Yeah.
And I did. And looked through, like in between the door being cracked. I'm looking between and seeing the man react to the song.
Wow.
And seeing the lady react. And they're busting. Oh my goodness.
They don't see you.
They don't know I'm there. They don't know it's me. And I put the next record on. And they tearing up the dance. And I'm just, oh my goodness, the way it made me feel.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's where it all started.
That was the first gig.
Oh yeah, that was the first
Free gig.
First free gig. Couldn't wait till the next week to do it again.
Wait, remember the commercial? $5 for admission, $20 for food. The feeling. priceless. So that was a priceless feeling.
Absolutely.
What was that, American Express commercial? What commercial with Discover or something?
I'm not sure.
I don't care, but whatever that commercial was, it was memorable because there's so many things that you can pay for.
Yes.
But that feeling is something that people can't take away.
Oh my goodness. When you have the love for something, when you absolutely have the love for something, it's not about the value of the money. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing. Now, it's something that you love and you're able to make money from it. That's dope. Because now it's like you're doing it, you own it. It's different from having to work for it.
Right.
And you're exhausted and you don't feel like it. When you love it, I could be tired, but I go to a gig, it's on.
It's on. We had the first Feels gig, but when did your first paid gig come into fruition for you?
I put out mixtapes and was selling them for $5. And it was somebody from the neighborhood whose child was graduating. And she said, T, I love your mixtapes. I need you to come and DJ our cookout. And I was like, oh, okay. And she was like, how much you gonna charge? And I was like, $100. And she was like, deal, I'll give you more. And I was like, okay. So that was the first gig, was a cookout. And then I got a paid gig from that, which was at the Post in Mattapan Square.
Oh.
$100 again.
Wow.
$100 again. And that was like what I stayed at for a while. Because once again, it wasn't really about the money. It was like, ooh, like I get to play for y'all and see that feeling again.
Wow.
Yep.
So let's fast forward.
Yes.
We had some gigs. We're getting older.
Yes.
How old are we at the time?
Oh, back then, 18, 17, 18, 19.
Okay, so now we're 17, 18, 19. So let's get into the 20s. I'm sure that by that time, the gigs have gotten bigger.
Yes.
Pay has gotten a little larger.
Yes.
And then you get the phone calls.
Yes.
So we have the phone calls for, what are those big phone calls that came in for you?
Oh, wow. One of them was T. At this point, I've had a van with my name plastered on it. I've done several venues, several posts, several cookouts. And I get a call, Free needs a DJ for Wyclef's showcase. And it's in New York City and all the big wigs are gonna be there. And I'm like, okay, all right, cool. So go to New York, start the showcase, DJ for her.
Now, is this someone you already known prior to?
Yes, I know.
So you and Free have already had a relationship?
No, we weren't tight.
Okay.
A friend of hers and I were tight.
Okay.
Actually, quite a few of her friends and I, because Free was gone a lot.
Yeah.
So like she was never around. I just know I had her music. I knew of her. I've had a conversation with her before, but she wasn't around. And so it was almost like she called for you or,
Right.
I recommend you for her, you know what I mean, type of thing. And then we got tight.
Yes.
But when I went to do the showcase, it was like knowing somebody forever. She has the most beautiful spirit you would ever want to meet. And so from there, our friendship and everything grew. Then I ended up doing shows with her. Then I ended up doing 106 in Park, then Rap City.
Yes.
And it just kept going from there. Yeah, it was a lot of love.
So then after all that comes marriage and children, or how far apart from Rap City, 106 in Park did, marriage and children and family, and how were you able to juggle that? Okay, so am I missing something in between?
It was, man.
I'm sure you've done so much in between that time.
Yeah, you probably don't have enough hours to spend with me.
I mean, we trying to,
to fast forward.
It's late,
Right. Right. We got to go home. We got to feed them babies.
I mean, we already chat. We can chat hours on the phone, but
Yes.
this is different. This is your biography right now.
I see.
I mean, we're trying to, get to where you're at today? So, you know.
Okay, so all right. So to fast forward from the Rap City, the bookings went up.
Yes.
I had the Day in the Light with Chronicle, the Herald.
I love that.
I you know, in my teenage years started riding motorcycles. That brought a lot of attention. In my teenage years started doing construction. That brought a lot of attention. So everywhere I went, it ended up being male dominated, and it wasn't on purpose. I can't stress enough that it was never about women can do it too, but to know that I was encouraging women, that was dope.
Right, because I think if you would know T personally, you would know that there is a tomboy swag there, but baby love a gentleman, right? There is no, you know, I kind of go both ways or whatever.
What
even
is
if
that?
Even if that was a question, it ain't even a question, not when it comes to you.
Not when it comes to me. Well, let me tell you something. I had to make it clear to somebody one day. I said, don't get it twisted. If I was doing and swinging all like that,
right,
I wouldn't even be working this hard because I would have everything paid for from the male and the female standpoint. That's how I look at it. And I wouldn't be ashamed of it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, to me, if that's what you rocking with, what is there to be ashamed of? That's who you are. For me, I'm a tomboy.
Right.
But it was, I remember my mother when I was little, she used to be so mad. She dressed me up in halter tops and jellies, and you going outside, and you had a time of your life. And I get out there and I'm running the fastest, and I'm on skateboards, and I'm on the Huffies back then. And I come in, the halter tops around the waist, the jellies is busted, and she used to scream on me, you should have been a boy, it doesn't make sense. I just bought you these jellies or these flip-flops. Listen, put me in a sneaker. I'm looking at her like, what am I supposed to do? I jump doubles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I also like the relay race. You know what I mean? And so and
it's not something you can help. It, like you just said, you kind of just fell into occupations and situations where it was male dominant, nothing that you chose to do. It's not like, oh, I need to do this to make a point.
Or to feel free. Like, I've always felt free. That's the thing. I don't, anything I want to do, I do. It's not about male or female.
Right.
And so, you know, it's just funny when I look at it now, because now everything I was doing, or the things that I'm doing are trending. So now it's fashion, it's trending, it's cute. You want a female DJ at your event. You want a female operator on your job site because you gotta have her.
Yes.
It's mandatory in certain rooms. So I'm just blessed enough to be seasoned in it. I've been in it so long, it's natural for me.
Yeah.
Versus trying to fit in. I never was that. And never cared about your opinion either.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy because I see people fighting with themselves over caring what people think. And the problem with caring what people think is, if it deters you from doing what you wanted to do, what?
Yeah.
Then what?
Yeah.
They go to the next. To keep moving along, trying to get people to, because they're afraid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
just being yourself.
Just being yourself and taking those challenges. If it's something that you see that you want to do, just do it. Just do it.
So fast forward again. Now we're going to push it. So we did Chronicles.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah,
Boston.
they follow me. T. Lawson, this is my Boston. That was crazy. I was like, why y'all want to follow me?
We're going to try to find some footage for you guys to kind of throw in here. If we can have the engineer look for some footage to throw on.
That's
we
crazy.
might be able to find some at the end of tonight's show, but
you know, DJ Wade said to me one day, I love all my male, I love all the DJs, all of them.
Yeah.
Everybody. There's nobody that I don't dislike, right? There's nobody that I dislike. But there were certain ones that stood out to me.
Yeah. Like
Drew Nice is someone who supported me since we was teenagers. he didn't care about anything when it comes to me. He always showed me the same love. Most of the DJs showed me all the same love. But I remember Wade saying to me one day, he's such a clown. He says to me one day, though, and it stuck with me, T, you are only as big as you make yourself. And I said, shut up, Wade, you're so stupid, you know? But it's something that stuck with me.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, oh, then I gotta have t-shirts.
Yeah.
And I gotta have a logo. And so I made my own t-shirt, did my first graphic for the card and everything. I printed out my own cards because I was already an artist. All this stuff all tied in.
Right.
And to fast forward now, imaging is everything.
Yes.
I didn't go to school for this stuff. I went to school for engineering though, but I didn't go to school for all of these things that make such a big difference now.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's crazy.
So with that being said, the children come.
Yes.
Marriage.
Yes.
You know, the American dream.
Yes.
You know,
so
the picket fence.
Oh
Do
my
you got
goodness.
a picket fence? Did you get a picket fence? On
No,
one
I
of
didn't
your
put it up
properties?
yet.
Okay.
I didn't put it up. So how that went is I absolutely love kids. Always loved kids. I was always known to have all the kids. Everybody who had kids, I go get their kids. I didn't have kids at the time. So I never wanted kids. I taken care of everybody else's
You
kids.
literally didn't
I didn't want
children.
kids. My mother said, people who don't have kids are selfish. And I said, I'm not selfish if I'm helping everybody else with their kids.
Right.
I literally did everything with kids, even down to hair shows. I remember people being mad, like, she's only winning hair shows because she's using kids. It's like, using them.
Yeah.
They have talent.
Yeah.
They show up for rehearsal and they're excited to be on stage. Why use an adult when they got 1,000,001 excuses and they hate one another? So it was very easy. Drop the kids off. The parents don't even have to stay. They absolutely loved it. And I've done that probably 14 years in a row. Won plenty of hair shows and all of that. But the love that you feel of making these little people happy.
Yes.
Once again, that always was my thing. I love to see people happy. So I didn't want kids. And, you know, I've had serious relationships and talk of marriage and stuff like that. But I was always busy and none of that mattered to me. And one day I was at the gym. I've been in the gym all my life. I had some years of falling short of the gym, but I've been in the gym for you know, since the beginning. And I got two parents that worked out all the time. And so long story short, I'm at the gym one particular day back in 2000, I don't know, 13 or no, like 2010 or 11.
Okay.
And I'm coming out of the gym and my kid's father's going into the gym. And our eyes locked as we was going by each other. I'll never forget the feeling I had.
You can't forget priceless.
Priceless.
Yeah.
Great guy. Great guy. And, you know, of not being in a relationship for a while, you kind of get used to not having nobody around. And so when you let somebody in and they are genuine and so kind and so, you know, I'm a tomboy, but it didn't matter. He still held doors and bought flowers and just all of that stuff that make girls, he was that. And putting God in it.
Yes.
And going to church. And you're inviting me to church. And I met the biggest liar at a church. So, you know what I mean? It was like,
So
you can't impress me with that. But
nervous.
just, it was just dope because he didn't know me. That's what it was.
I say that all the time.
Yeah.
That's the only way it's really going to work if the person really don't know who you
He
are.
doesn't know me.
Yeah,
And I
'cause once
remember
they
giving
know,
him... I remember giving him my government name when we met, and we kicked it for weeks of him not knowing who I was.
Wow.
I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Because people are not coming into your life telling you who you are right off the bat. Oh, you T-Lawson, the barbershop, da-da-da. Like, can I tell you who I am?
Yeah.
You're coming in telling me who I am. Oh, you know mad people, da, 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 and I know. No, you don't know who I am. And there's people who've been around me for years who still don't know who I am.
Right.
I let them, you tell me, you happy with that? You can have it, you know? So from there, was marriage. He talked marriage. He talked about growth. He just things, conversations that you weren't hearing from our average Joes in the neighborhood.
Then comes the babies. The marriage comes.
The baby comes.
The baby comes.
Marriage comes. The house, the dog, the piano.
That grand piano.
That grand piano.
Put in that house.
That grand piano had to come.
Right. But then how are we juggling the union, the children, the marriage, even though the marriage eventually expires?
Yes.
But we still have the children.
Yes.
The union.
Yes.
The houses.
Yes.
And the gigs.
Yes.
So how are we managing all that with little children and
yes.
life?
And breastfeeding and all that.
This is something y'all don't know.
Yes.
This is something y'all don't know.
Yes. So so right off the bat, a person who doesn't know who you are, you spend time with.
Yes.
They get to fall in love with you, not knowing who you are. So are you saying to yourself, are you hiding?
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out how these people know you. So, okay, you know, I cut hair, right? And then, wait a minute, my friend called me and said he heard you on the radio. Oh yeah, that's what I do. Yeah. And I had to say, I was really not trying, because I feel that for men, I mean, let's just keep it real. A strong Black female having her own everything is intimidating. And it makes a man feel less than if he doesn't have his stuff together. And then let's say the ones that do have their self together, they still be intimidated. Don't even let them play you on that.
Right.
When you truly accept who your woman is, you won't have none of that. Because you came in with your eyes open. She was already whoever she is. So therefore, the acceptance is major. Because without that, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work. And so with him, he was like, he could care less about any of that because he knows who he has, you know, in his heart. And from there, it was like, oh, word? And I swear, he catered and loved me so strong, so good. Like I never felt that he was faking and, oh, he's just doing it to get close to see who he can connect with. Like it was never none of that.
Yeah.
And so that genuine love is what he taught me really still exists. And it's out there.
It is.
It's out there.
It definitely is.
It's out there.
And that's the thing, that when you are Boston celebrity, I would say, or people know your face, they know your name. Oh, your name is, oh, I've seen you before. You know, it's like, and I guess that's what the people that are in Hollywood deal with all the time. And that's probably why they end up with people that don't even know who they are. Because it's like, oh, I know you. Mm-hmm. I know what you can do.
Right. For me and how it's going to make me look.
Right.
And it's like, you have to know who you are so that those things won't matter. Like how they say, you got two people that's about something, they can have it all.
They can.
But if one is kind of not really 100% with what they're feeling, they're always going to struggle. So that's never going to work.
Yes.
It might work for a little while. It's not going to work. It's just not. You got to have somebody who truly respects and accepts you.
We're going to push. We're moving forward.
Let's go.
We got the husband. We got the kids.
Yes.
We got the grand piano. We got the house. We got the job.
Yes.
Marriage expires for whatever reasons is our person. I've been in an expired marriage.
Yes.
It happens.
Yes.
And then we have the children. And then we still got to move forward. Then your ideas, who you are, very creative, media background, radio background, then comes woke, WWOC. When did that start? Where did that idea, not the idea, but when were you first, what is it called when you're impregnated, when that man lays that seed up in that belly? What is that called? When you conceive. When did you conceive that idea?
Woo! Okay, fast forward to that. Right there. Let's be right there.
Because we've already been through. We've been through the gigs.
Yes.
We know.
And the kids.
We talked about Chronicles. We talked about DJ. You're New England's hottest female DJ. Now
through all of that, right?
All of this.
Yes.
But then comes the radio station.
Yes. So basically, the template, I can't go into that without talking about the template.
Okay.
The template. I was on several radio stations, working with several people. And Charles Clemens calls me one day and he said, T, I want you to come over and do a show on my radio station that I started. And I goes, oh, word? I was like, all right. Know him very well. We've worked together in the past. He's a DJ. I'm a DJ. And he's so pro-black, like it's black. So I'm like, yes, I'm gonna come down and see what you're talking about. Long story short, went over to Touch, connected with a lot of people while I was there about 10 years. That's where all my lives started from. That's when, it went from the mixtapes and the CDs to radio and visual, because now we had, it was before Facebook. We had MySpace.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's where all that started. And so then I say I was there about 10 years, got up with a group of people while I was there. We all became family. We were so tight because we seen each other every week. And I ended up with 2 shows over there. I had one that catered to the new music with the Ultimate Mix Show. And then I had one for the old schoolers, like my aunts and all of them. That was called Blazing Soup Saturday.
Oh, nice.
And I just ran with it. And it did so well. And then Touch FM came to a halt.
Yeah.
And then now it's like, okay, we're all standing. What's next? So we started moving around to different stations.
Yeah.
And what I found, honestly, from moving around from station to station, leaving, people were fighting for spots. When you pull up, nobody wanted that spot. But as soon as you pull up, oh, I was going to get that spot. It's just like, listen, I'll go anywhere. I'll go whatever day. I just need to stay consistent in what I'm doing. I don't care where I'm at. And with that type of attitude, it's like, people don't know what to do with that.
Yeah, they can't break you. Yeah.
They don't know what to do with that. So I was here and I was there. And I also felt like, when we was at Touch, the mission was real. The fight was real. Terrestrial radio was real.
Yes.
All of that. Radio etiquette, like everything, it was so real. So you get in these other stations, you see things behind the scene that was just like, dang, nobody's around? Oh, it doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? Or, like I said, people are fighting for spots, so they were looking to contaminate, and then the male dominance type of conversations that were happening in front of me that I didn't like.
Yeah.
I was very unhappy with, you ask somebody an opinion and then you crush them when they tell you, or you act, or they show you something and you take it and you kick them to the side. Yeah. So I started seeing a lot of that. It wasn't done to me, but I started seeing a lot of how people were running their stuff, and I was not happy about it. I was creating studios for people. I was building desks, because all my talent still was put me in that frame of mind. Like, y'all should build out this. You should make this. You should create this. Let's get some lights going on. I can't help but to do that everywhere I go. And so it's nothing for me. It just comes natural. I'm not trying to take over anything, but I do feel that, you shouldn't have fingerprints on your glasses while you know what I mean? So I found myself, watching people be treated in a way that was inappropriate to me. And I was like, I can't stay and watch that. So I went to a couple of people that I had been working with along the way, and I said, hey, let's do this on our own. Let's because people aren't on the same pages. Let's take the template of touch.
Take the template.
And let's go. And so that's how Woke Media was created, 2019.
Wow.
And when you have partners now, that was something I wasn't used to. Even though I wanted everybody in a room, I knew we all had different talents and were able to handle different things. But the point was, if you didn't handle your business, I'm definitely going to pick up the slack.
Yes.
And so as time was going on and things were being held back and different opinions and don't move this way, let's go this way, let's do that. I wasn't used to that. I'm just used to,
let's just do it.
yeah, I just stamp everything. Let's keep going. And so I had to learn how to relax, sit back, let it flow as it may. If it's meant to be, it's going to happen. And so that happened for quite some time. And then the beginning of this year is when it shifted. And we had to rearrange and revamp. And that's how Woke One was created.
And I love that because if anybody knows, you know, me being your number one around the way girl, camera 3, because I need to talk to the people here. Come on. Come. Where did she go?
Camera 3? There she goes.
If anybody knows, you know, I am Phoenix Fire, number one around the way girl, playing all those 90s R&B songs you forgot you love, because this here, we are collabing. This is Woke One and Straight No Chaser After Hours. And one thing I will have to say, rebranding is sometimes inevitable. Sometimes you have to do that in order to continue to grow. And I'm here for that. I still want to play the 90s R&B songs. I might even want to go into gospel music. You already know what I've told you. Off the camera, off the air. But sometimes growth and moving forward, once there's a shift, I've always been big on once there's a shift, it's time to move.
Yes.
That shifting, you don't know. It's just an uneasy feeling, and it's okay.
Yes.
Because we're here right now. We're doing similar things. We're bringing the same type of music to the community.
Yes.
We are still women-led.
Yes.
And I love it.
Yes. And that's the thing about it, is that it's okay if you have to rearrange and revamp.
Yeah.
My thing is, the mission still remains. Boston still needs.
Right.
Boston will never have enough. So I've even heard people say all the time, let's just all merge together. We could have did that years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And my thing is, when it was brought to the table, a lot of people were against it. But see, when now everybody's struggling, now everybody want to merge.
Right.
My thing is, that's okay. We can definitely do some things. But just don't forget the mission.
Yeah.
We need terrestrial radio here.
We do.
We need all the outlets that we can absolutely get. And my thing is, if you don't feel like it today, that's okay. It's okay that you don't feel like it today.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do that. I have to keep going.
Yeah.
I have never steered myself wrong with being persistent. And that's just it.
So where is DJ T Lawson today, or T, or your government? I don't really want to say your government.
Because you're going to say it wrong.
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I would never.
Say it then.
What is it again?
No. It's T. I say at work, TEA. Just like the drink.
That's a mess. So with that being said, with the shifting of a movement, rebranding, moving forward, you already knew that it's not okay to stall. You got to keep it moving.
In order to get there.
Yeah.
Y'all like my Michael Jackson glove. In order to get there, you can't stall. I understand you stalling if you're hurt, something major happens, death, stuff like that. But other than that, you have to keep going when you don't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's the key to all success. We can't afford to stall. We can't afford to stop and say we believe.
Well, we've moved on, and Woke One is still here.
Yes.
We have 24-hour music on the app.
Website and the app,
Yep, the website and the app.
Yes.
And in between all of that, you still maintain to write a book. How the heck did that happen? Not only are we a mother, an entrepreneur, we are in the union pulling bulldozers. Is it bulldozers?
Yeah, all excavation, cranes, everything.
All of that.
Yes.
Running a radio, just taking care of people. We were able to write the female DJ playbook. And when did this start? How did this happen?
That was something that started years ago. Along with how this started was where it came from was people, male and female, coming to me saying, I want to become a DJ. I want to become a DJ. But of course, women definitely, you know, T, I want you to mentor me. T, I want to. And so it's the same thing with riding a motorcycle. T, I want to ride a motorcycle too. Oh my God, you make it look so cute and easy. My thing is to everybody and anything that you want to do that I do, start.
Yeah, start.
So if you want to ride a motorcycle, buy a motorcycle.
That's true.
If you want to become a DJ, buy equipment. I can get you a starter kit, good price. You got to practice. You're not tearing up my stuff, right? And so when I see you're serious is when I take you serious.
Right.
And next thing I know, I got people coming by the station. I got people coming by my house. And oh my goodness, once again, there go that feeling.
Yeah, that feeling.
I got one, a little girl that I'm mentoring. She started with me at 7 years old. She's now 10. Still love it. Doing her thing. She got her own drops and all of that.
Wow.
And then I think the oldest female I have is about 30. Other than that, I picked up 2 male DJs, one that loves house, and the other one, he's an older cat. Like, he might be 60. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how old you are. You can be a DJ at any age. And so I think for the females, especially now, it's just all about being cute and this, that, and the other. And then a lot. So speaking of this playbook, another thing with sexuality is that people want female DJs.
Yeah.
And the question goes to the promoters all the time is why y'all keep choosing T? Why y'all keep choosing her? Why? They said, she's a full package. Well, what do you mean by the full package? You hire a female DJ. When she shows up, you expect a female DJ.
That's true.
If she shows up and because of her sexuality, she looks like a boy,
Oh, that's true.
it defeats what they were trying to accomplish.
Yeah.
Not to knock anybody's sexuality,
Right.
but are you a female DJ or are you a male DJ? Because you are born a female, does it make, you know what I mean? It's
it.
not my question. It's the question that they ask.
Yeah.
Why do y'all keep choosing her? So now there's more females who's showing up looking like females.
Yeah.
And then the question is, T, how you feel with all these females coming out after you? And it's like, why they gotta be after me? Why can't they just be out here with me?
Right.
There's plenty of space and opportunity because all the males is fighting each other.
Yeah, let them do their thing because that's the thing that they want. They want the daintiness. They want the feminine. They want that look behind lipstick on, makeup, hair done. They want that.
Yes.
Yeah.
They think it's so cute. It's trending.
It is trending.
And so now it's worldwide.
Yeah.
So when I started, once again, female DJ, I was the only one in the room.
Yeah.
Not to say I was the only female DJ in Massachusetts. I was the only one in the room with the fellas all the time. In construction, when I first started, it was only 3 women out of 300. Why is it my fault? Right? So that's where it all stems from. So now with the radio station, all of that, it's like these are definitely platforms where if you're a female DJ, you got an opportunity, right? If you're a male DJ, you got an opportunity. But it's like nobody is excluding anybody. And whether you look like a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But just don't ask the question on why me?
Yeah.
I've been out here. I'm seasoned.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
So
what's making you stand out from the rest?
So what are the tidbits in this book?
Oh my goodness. So the whole thing about this book were a lot of people I found weren't feeling supported. As a female DJ, a lot of careers got pushed to the back due to male dominance. You can't hang with us. You can't be around them. Only men are gonna be there.
Right.
It's too late for you to be outside. So from what I've heard from a lot of female DJs were either their man was intimidated by that, or their dad didn't like it, or their brother didn't feel it was safe. My thing is support your sister.
Just support.
Go with her. For me, being in the barbershops, everywhere I go, I'm always going to know somebody. And it just kept going from there. So anytime I go somewhere, I know somebody. So I never was alone. People always looked out for me. And it just, even being there with male DJs, they're going to look out for me. They make sure I make it to my car. They make sure I'm good. When I go to gigs by myself to this day, people always check to make sure I'm good. So that's where this stems from. This stems from women who wanted to be DJs and they didn't have the support, the knowledge, and no type of bullet points on where to start. Straight to the point. And I actually wanted this book to be even smaller so you can fit it in your back pocket.
Wow.
You can utilize this in any business as a female or male. But this is mainly for them ones. And I even got a notebook section in the back for them to put their notes, for them to remind themselves of what else should be added to this.
Well, I will say this. Let the listeners and the viewers know how they can look for or find the Female DJ Playbook. Okay,
well, the playbook is located at djtlawson.com. Also on Amazon. It has the Kindle version and the paperback. And so definitely go over to Amazon.com. Just type in DJ T. Lawson and it comes right up.
So now let's go into how can people follow you, Woke One? Like, how can they keep tabs on what you got going on?
Oh, I'm easy to find. I'm very easy to find. If you put in at DJ T. Lawson on any social media, I'll pop right up.
Okay.
At DJ T. Lawson. The @ sign and DJ T. Lawson. No E's on there. No E's. It's just DJ T. Lawson. And you'll be able to keep up with me. DJTLawson.com, Woke1.com. Like I said, on all social media, I'm very, very easy to find. You might see me on Blue Hill Ave. I'm easy to find. Matter of fact, I'm on Cummins Highway right now. People pull up all the time. T, what's up? What y'all doing? Why this rotary out here? I don't even know.
Girl, where you at? Girl, I'm working. What are you doing? I'm over on Cummins.
Oh my goodness, the war zone. That is the most horrible blueprint they could have ever came up with.
Wow.
But I'm just showing up to work. You know?
Well, I want to say thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Do you feel like you've given some of yourself away with
all of it, all my personal information?
That's important.
Yes.
Yeah, because you know what? Sometimes people look from a distance and swear they have people pegged.
Yes.
And they have no idea. But you did give quite some nuggets of who you are.
Yes.
Those little secrets that people didn't know about. I mean, again, the Lawson family, when you started DJing, the first few gigs, who your role models are, to the radio station, to being in the union, to being a mom.
That's the best.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I gotta send a shout out. You know, you gotta do a shout out as a DJ. My sons, since birth, just like I was. So that's one thing I could say. With having instruments and all these things in the house, it kept you from getting in trouble.
Yes.
When you are in the house. Kids were starting fires and all of that when I was growing up.
Yes.
Because they had times on their hand. My mother didn't play you being in other people's houses or whatever. I had so much equipment. So I ended up doing the same thing for my kids.
Yeah.
See what they pick up. When James, my oldest, was little, he started DJing at 3. Knowing what he's doing. By 4, it was over it. So, and then with Justice, I want to say my 10-year-old, he picked it up around 3 and put it down. I think because they know it's there.
Yeah.
So they both know how to play drums. James know how to play piano by ear. Same way. And now James is starting his clothing line.
Okay.
Because that all starts with the art and the graphics and all of that. So it's just hilarious because Justice is now a graffiti artist. So it's like you just seeing it, how it's happening, but it's just happening how it needs to happen for them.
It's amazing.
And it's all there for them if they choose, to utilize it. And so I just got to give them a big shout out because I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of them. Never have complaint. Been with me in the radio stations from playpens to carriages and all of that. And they still rock out with me and never have complaint.
Well, I love it. And I want to thank you so much for pulling up. Even though this is a collab, Woke One collab with Straight No Chaser After Hours. So you guys are hearing this live on Woke One and Straight No Chaser, Facebook, Instagram, and the app. YouTube as well. So I appreciate you for pulling up, and it's been a pleasure working with you.
Thank you.
It's not because I've been drinking.
Yes,
it's because
speaking
it's for
of
real.
that Bluebee.
Yes, well, again, we got Raindrop Liquors.
Yes,
is our sponsor, but Miss DJ T Lawson is the face of ZXO Blueberry.
Yes.
And make sure if you, and this is one of the best. This one right here. This is the one we cracked open, even though she didn't want it. I'm like, I want the blueberry. The fact of the matter is she cracked it open. And if you're interested in purchasing, you can follow her. DJ T Lawson, like she said, no ease, and you'll be able to purchase the bottles.
Yes. Get up on your Blueberry.
Yeah. I love you, girl.
Thank you
so much. I appreciate you.
Yes.
All right, you guys, you are here live with Straight No Chaser After Hours with collaboration with Woke One. I'm your number one around the way girl, Phoenix Fire, and we will see you next week. All right, bye, everybody. Okay, thank you so much.
Run, Humpty fell down. That's his hard time. Nimble, and he was quick, but yeah, not smart, faster, Jack, so J, go. He plays much gigs. He's the big bad wolf, and you're the 3 pigs. He's the big bad wolf in your neighborhood. Meaning good. There it is.
D? Yeah, what's up, man? There go that girl they call Roxanne. She's all stuck up. Why you say that? Cause you wouldn't give a guy like me no rap. Man, she was walking down the street, so I said, hello, I'm Kango from the TFO. And she so, I said, so, baby, don't you know I can sing, rap, dance in just one show? Cause I'm Kango, Mr. Sophisticator. As far as I know, ain't nobody greater from beginning to end and to beginning. I never lose because I'm all about
your neck on that pillow, head tip back, eyes closed. I'm the secret in your speaker that nobody else knows. Say